Now it is 6:10 p.m. in Abu Dhabi, and it should be 7:40 p.m. in India. Today is 24th of August, 2024, and our WeAreOne group weekly session number 215. Topic of today is sin and hell versus divine and heaven. So this will go through some question and answer. Questions are posted in the group by Shoma. Shoma, you are here?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, that's fine. But just get ready with the questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that I will ask you like a question
Okay,
answer session. It makes it flow better rather than I read question and I get the answers. That will be there. Just get ready. So
Yeah.
before that, we'll start a little bit of the introduction of this thing and the topic, the sin and hell versus the divine and the heaven. So we will discuss about more of a traditional understanding of this. It is not really fully spiritual because in the spirituality there is no such thing called hell or no such thing called heaven. Yeah, you can say means it is all the different versions of heaven. Yeah. The sin and hell is not actually the spiritual term, but I will, give because the questions, it is good to understand it. So I will explain about the particularly that sin part of it. What is the common understanding of sin and the so-called hell also? So it is I will also refer to one book that we discussed long time back. I will give you the reference of the book and I will read something from that book also so that you know that what is the common understanding and what information received about so-called hell or so it will give you some kind of idea. But just to make it from the beginning, so it is all about different dimensions. Spirituality is all about going to the higher dimension, getting higher connections. And in that higher, the dimensional thing, I have not personally experienced any hell. Okay. So in the spiritual dimension, higher dimension, I have not. Okay. So that's why I'm just making it a point in the beginning. So whatever I will talk about the sin and hell will be from my understanding of the information sharing, and that is not from my direct experience. But the higher dimension, yes, I will share something about it will be of different. As I said, it is all about different levels of heaven, means different dimensions of higher dimensions. That I will explain about what it is and what my spiritual experiences and understanding, some part of it I will explain from that. So I just wanted to make it clear, but I don't want to dodge the question. So we will go through the question. So whenever I will talk about the so-called sin and hell, will be most of the things are acquired knowledge, not my direct personal first-hand experiences. Okay, just I wanted to make it clear of that. So then we'll go ahead with our today's topic of discussion. So there are, I think, total 10 questions. Shoma, you posted 10 questions, yeah?
Yeah.
So let us start our question answer session. So there are quite some questions, so we'll have a limited time. So let us go ahead and with your first question.
So good evening, Rajdeep, once again, and good evening to everyone. Actually, the reason why I had these doubts was just one reason was as I was growing up, I would be, instead of getting attracted to, religion or spirituality, I would always get discouraged because of these negative, it was always driven by a negative sense. And that is why the question has always remained in my mind. So I will just start off.
Very, very interesting question. Yeah.
I have always been intrigued by this concept of sin because we have been told that if I don't do this, I will be punished. There was always that.
Right. That origin of sin, honestly, I don't know from where it originates. But there are two things that I must tell you in the because most ancient part of our culture of the human society, that is what we come to know from the ancient Sanskrit literature. Okay, so they have been pointing to something called pap and punya. Okay, or punya, and in absence or opposite of that is pap. That has been mentioned in the earlier Sanskrit literatures and all Vedic literature. And those are directly related to some other term, which is also very, very strong in that ancient literature, that is called dharma. Dharma means the qualities, or you can say that relating to one's own and others' well-being, like that is called the dharma. That so many things are based on the rules, regulations, cultures, and based on the something called dharma. And whoever follows the dharma, so that has been, they are like a punya, means they are, what the credit they are getting out of following thing is a punya. Like I can say it is like a credit system. Punya means you are having a credit because you followed dharma. Okay. So that is like a virtue, your righteousness, or that is the kind of thing that's called you are following the dharma. And whoever is not following that, opposite of that is called adharma. Okay. So, and whoever has been dropped from dharma, those are adharma. Whoever practice adharma, they are getting the negative points, and those negative points are treated as a pap or sin or sinful act. So this is the earliest reference of that what we found in the human civilization. Pap and punya, which is pap will be equivalent to sin here, and these are directly related to something called dharma and adharma. And then it is built up from that. It is started with, I will talk about the other religion also, but it started with that, with very ancient time. And we got the reference in, as I said, in the Sanskrit, the first time, which is called the whoever is following the path of adharma, those are the sinful acts or pap, So those are the first given reference to that one. And this dharma, okay. So this dharma came to, so I think some background noise is coming. Can you make it silent when you question again, then you can start. Yeah, thank you. So now whenever this dharma has been referred many times into our, the literatures and all those things, even, the mythologies and the epics, like in the Mahabharata also, in the famous quote, Dharma Shangasthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, and things like that. So it is all about that, the righteousness, or that the dharma, to establish the dharma, all the things have been correct. So this is actually, you can say that the standard of human life, how we need to live the life, that was been specified, and those principles are called dharma. And whichever not following, that is called dharma. And whoever intentionally or unintentionally even, so they are not following the dharma, those are called the adharma. And those follow the path of adharma, they are the sinful. So that is the earliest thing has been referred to. And this thing, so that is the thing where it is originated, to start with. So it is more or like the civil thing, and the human. It is a human created term. As I mentioned in the beginning, this sin is not in the spiritual directory. Okay, it is not a spiritual term. So it is only the human society has developed it, because whoever following the dharma, they are doing punya, and whoever is not doing the dharma, they are doing pap, which is sin. Okay, that is what the original thing, that is to answer that first question.
So this concept is present in every culture. Like the concept of dharma, the concept of being religious or not being religious and sinful. But then if there is that concept, then there has to be somebody who is sitting in judgment of this.
Yeah.
So who decides that?
Right. So this now it comes. So if you leave that, nobody knows who started it. Like in the Sanatan Dharma or in the Vedic culture, or even beyond that, before that, the ancient time, nobody knows. Yeah. But Greek mythology, it is there. Okay. So Greek mythology is there, and then the subset when it comes up to the Christianity, it is there. So if you talk about the Christianity, then I know the first thing it was mentioned, like I think Bible, there is the Gospel, Genesis 3.6, or it is written, they've gone back to the Adam and Eve, the first human, man and woman. So that it is mentioned, it is called original sin. In the Christianity I'm talking now, only Christianity. Yeah? So it said Adam ate the fruit and fell into sin. That is what written into Genesis, 3.6. So that is other Bible reference to that, and which is, they call it the original sin. So as per Christianity, that is the original when sin started. When they ate the apple, like a tree of knowledge. That knowledge has got all the knowledges, and that fruit that they ate, the Adam ate and all, that is the first sin, that has been done. From there, all these things started. That is the story. Yeah. And it is also in Islam also it is there. Definitely it is there about like a reward and the punishment if you follow that. So that in Buddhism it is there. That Pap Punya is there. See, what happens is there, if you take in general terms of all the religion, who follow the religious moral code of conduct, which is prescribed by the religion, though they are the right path, and whoever didn't follow that path prescribed, then they have done some sin, because they didn't follow the moral code of conduct, or which is prescribed by the religious literature of what they follow. So in the other religion, we know from where it originates. It's easier to find out where it was first mentioned. But in the other, like Sanatan Dharma, etc., it's not clear, because there is no such one book or one God or one gospel or one something that we can refer to, that this is a starting of that. So that's why I given a reference that Pap Punya, who started Pap and Punya, nobody knows, because called Dharma and Adharma. But the other religion who follow the organized religion as of today, there are many. So the reference can be given to that. They're equivalent terms. But the common thing is whoever follows the moral code of conduct of the religion. Why I'm saying moral? Because most of the things are not legal. Okay. Like say good things. It is everywhere. Be peaceful. To others and things like that. So those are not legal things. Those are like advice, and it is more like a moral code of conduct. It is not a legal issues there. Some of the things taken into legal system, but there's a different issue. But most of them are moral and the religious practices and the advices, and those are called. They are following that particular dharma or that particular religion. Yeah, and whoever is not following that, or they go against it, they become the adharma equivalent of the Sanatan. So, and they follow their acts are called sinful acts. Yeah, and but it is interesting to note that these are not same in all the places. Like it is also changes with the value system, changes with time, changes with society, changes with the country, and things like that. So this prevalent the religion, they address that time what is available into that society, what the society needs to bring them. So because if everybody, like just let me give an example of the traffic system on the roads. If everybody drive on their own way, then there will be chaos. Nobody can move. No? So there are some rules and regulations and guidelines have been given if people are followed, then everybody can move forward. Nobody will have to, stop each other and things like that. The same with the religion, to move, as a human society, as a civilization to go forward, different time, different rules, regulations, guidelines has been given. So sometimes in the form of law and sometimes in the form of religion, and not necessarily every time, every law, every rule is valid in another time frame, another country, and things like that. So that is also there. So that is basically this is what the cultural difference is. And who decides? You have mentioned who decides right and wrong. The religion, the prevalent religion, what has been followed, they decide which is right and wrong. If you follow that rules, regulations, and guidelines, you are right, and if you don't follow, then you are wrong. But the rules, regulation itself, they are right and wrong. That is a bigger question. Yeah. Same the reference frame is difficult to find. So as I said, that reference changes with the time and with the society, the norms, the culture, and things like that. Something may be illegal somewhere and another is not. Something is acceptable in the society in some point of time. Maybe earlier that was not seen as that it is acceptable. So those changes. So see, as for example, like earlier I was, another discussion I was giving example. Suppose the lady is going out for work. It is very much acceptable. It is, morally, legally, socially, everything is acceptable now. There was a time when the woman, they cannot go out of the home for work. That was treated as that is sinful. Okay. One time, that is the society. That time, that was the rule. So it is not about right and wrong. That's what I am saying, that it depends upon the time frame and the society and the civilization grows. More and more things comes into, the changes accepted. So these are the different time-dependent things, parameters that comes into the human society, and that is a part of the civilization, how it grows. Okay. All right.
So based on this concept of Pap and Punya, also came the concept of hell and heaven.
Yes.
And from if you see, there is always a common description of hell. It is fire, hellfire, or even in our culture. So how did that come about?
Okay. Sorry. That is an interesting question. See, as we talked about this Pap, Punya, and the heaven and hell, this is a cultural phenomenon. Okay, so this comes with the religion. Okay, whatever be the structured religion, they have what I think. This is my just assessment. I don't know what is exactly the truth at that time. My assessment is when any religion has been applied to the society, many of the things they found which is invisible. Okay, not everything can be accessed through five senses. It cannot be seen, it cannot be touched, it cannot be heard, and things like that. So to explain that, explain the subtler part of those things, there was a need to create some concept which is beyond the physical reality. Otherwise, things cannot be explained. Like the man is mortal, no? Human being is mortal. So what happens after death? Nobody knows. Okay. So but most of the religion, they said, if you do this, you will be punished. If you do this, you will be rewarded. And most of the things are not limited to that physical lifespan. Okay. So whoever has created and applied the rules and regulations for the society, they need to create something which is beyond physical reality. I think from there, the concept of hell and heaven has come. Because not everything is physically available. So they created the one positive territory, one negative territory has been created to give the idea to the people that even if you do wrong things and so-called pap, then you will be punished in the hell, because it cannot be proved in the limited time span of the lifetime, maybe. So those need to be created, and same as the reward, some Somebody maybe they lead a very good life, but at the time of reward, they didn't get it. Yeah. So that need to be also to that one. How much level of awareness they have at the higher dimensions and all, I am not sure. Okay. Whether they actually, somebody guided them to do it this way, or they realized if not everything is physical, so they need to create something which is non-physical realities, and that has been defined as a heaven and hell. Yeah. So, but otherwise, there is no such, and that is why different people defined heaven, defined hell in a different ways. Different religion define them in a different ways. They are not same. They are not exactly equal in all these places. So that was the question, was what was exactly the hell or heaven, and where the description of hell originate. So this is where that it is originated. Okay. Okay. So now before I go to the another one, I like to refer to about the hell, where it because as I said, I have not personally experienced this, what happens in the hell. But I will refer to a book. This book is a very, I think like a bestseller book. It is the name of it, The Laws of the Spirit World. It can be available in any airport in India. Yeah. It's Khurshid Bhavnagari. It is written by that lady. And that lady's two sons were, died in a road accident, same day, on the, I think, Bombay-Pune highway somewhere. And they were based in, I think, 70s, that time. And they got a new car or something going out to the sons. They got hit. And then they used to give the channel messages to their mother. I think the younger son. They were, this is I think, Parshi family. But that he used to give the description. That is all the book, the channel messages. Yeah. And it gives a lot of information of the spirit world, like other side. So, but some point I have just, put some marker. I will read, the 2 pages from this just to give you some understanding of what is written here. It is not my comment. That's why I will read it for your understanding. What it says here, from the other side, the son is telling mother for the information of everywhere. As per this, they define that so-called the other dimension. There are 7 levels. Okay, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and level 7. Okay, each level there are 10 stages. So the stages from 0 to 9. 0 to 9 each stage. So the starting point is 0. Then 9 stages. After 9 stages, there is a next level. Okay, that is how it is structured. So I will read about that. What is the characteristics of those 7 levels? It's mentioned in one of the channel messages. I will read that part for your understanding. Okay. So it is talking about the realm. Sorry, not the level. Realm 1 to realm 7, and there are within each realm there are 10 stages, 0 to 9. Okay, the realm 1. It is saying the realm 1 is the lowest and darkest, and also the nearest to earth. This is the most horrible place. There are bare rocks with crawling creatures, like, the snakes and scorpions and things like that. Human souls with disfigured bodies and horrible minds, full of bad feelings. Their bodies are much heavier than ours, and they live in barren world, crawling about one rock to another in pitch darkness. They never see even a tiny spark of light in any time. That is the definition, the description of realm 1. Okay. Realm 2. They're saying realm 2 is also horrible, but not as dark as realm 1. Not are the bodies so heavy and so disfigured. They also live in rocky caves, hating each other and using filthy, horrible language, seeing no light or good things. Okay, that is a level, not level, realm 2. Okay, realm 3. Realm 3 is still better, but yet there is no light. The bodies are lighter than the realm 1 and 2. The atmosphere is extremely heavy and foggy, and their bodies look human but are older looking and imperfect. The souls on realm 3 have bad feelings for each other and they blame each other for everything. They catch souls who have arrived on the realm 3 and for the first time, and they make those souls their slaves, forcing them to help them in their evil ways. Like a story of the prison cell, the newcomers, they would do ragging, so this kind of stuff. Anyway, that is realm 3. And realm 4. Realm 4 is an in-between realm. It is more or less like Earth, where there are both night and day in the realm in which a human soul starts its life journey. You are given a chance to go up or down. Realm 4 and stage 5 means out of 10 stages, stage 5 is the center of realm 4. So from there, the human life journey starts. Whatever you do or things on the earth, based on that, you either go up or down. That's what it means. Yeah. Okay, stage 4, and it is entirely in your hands. It is your choice which side you like to go. 1, 2, 3, 4 is already defined. Now we'll just go to the 5. Realm 5, it is the beginning of heaven. It is like a beautiful place on earth. There is a little brightness in the sky at all times, means there is no night. Souls on the realm are helpful on each other and their bodies are much lighter. There is no deformities. Then realm 6. Realm 6 is very beautiful, full of wonderful bright green grass, trees and flowers of colors you cannot see on earth. It is always bright throughout, like a sunny day. The souls have nearly perfect, the very light bodies, and they all live in harmony and love, helping each other and doing work that they love. If you are on a realm 6 and above, your conscious, your conscience, with your conscience, which is true and spiritual mind, like you operate through your conscience, will work in such a way that it will stop you from committing those sins on earth, and that would take you lower than realm 4. Means there you, in the realm 6, if you choose to do anything, any sin, you will go back to 4. Okay. So they are all elevated souls. Yeah? Now the realm 7, it is the highest. The people on earth could never even imagine how beautiful it is. The beauty of realm 7 has to be seen to be believed. It is beyond any power of description. Yes, it is beyond imagination. Souls on this realm have the brightest, most perfect, young-looking spirit bodies. They are light as clouds. They live in the utmost harmony and love. It is more than heaven. Then it is written after realm 7, what? We don't know. Past, as people on the earth don't know much about the spirit world. After realm 7, stage 9, we do not, reincarnated anymore on earth, but our spiritual journey continues. Okay. So that is the 7 realm, which has been explained by that in the book, The Laws of the Spirit World. Okay. So if you take that as the reference, so 4 is neutral, below 4 is hell, and above 4 is heaven. So in that terminology. So, and that is what ultimately it is talking about. These are the so-called, different dimensions of the heaven, and then beyond that, I think what was meant was what we call moksha, the liberation. You don't have to be stuck and come to anywhere, and although you merge into the oneness. That's what we call it. And this is also in the 7, these are quite similar to the 7 chakras we have in our body, and their purposes and their roles are also like that. The 4th is the heart chakra in the middle. Above is love, and above is the spiritual, and lower one is a more of physical. Yeah. So the existence, so just to give a reference to that one, so that at least you have some reference. You can go through the book and get the more details of that. They explain many other aspects and characteristics of each one of that. And whoever in the higher realm, by their choice, they can travel, temporarily go to the lower levels and come back. But whoever has assigned the lower realm, it's not possible for them to go up. They're not allowed. Something like that. It is written there. Anyway, so that's you a little bit of idea of how it structured. Okay, go ahead with your next question.
So when children are born, they are born as pure souls. Imaginary, I don't know. Apparently, it seems like children are more pure than adults. But then from the very beginning, they are taught about sinning. So I think that sometimes maybe the negative is instilled in them.
Yeah.
Rather than, I mean, I don't know. I feel.
Yeah. See, what happens is these are the childhood thing and all. These are all called conditioning. Okay. We discussed about this also. We undergo different types of conditioning. Childhood conditioning, family conditioning, educational conditioning, social conditioning. These are conditioning. Conditioning means there are certain rules and regulations into that particular, the society or household or family and things like that. And based on that, they impose it on the children, based on their understanding. Whether the rules and regulations are good or bad, that is debatable. Okay. But what is true is when a child is born, their parents wants to protect the child so that it unnecessarily doesn't do something, say something, or create anything with the neighbors or anywhere, so that they face the difficulty. They face that trouble or problem in their lives. So to protect them from going into that territory, they give some kind of rules and regulations, and not all the logic they themselves know. Okay. That's why they put it, if you do it, it will be sin to do it. And so rules and regulations in the name of dharma, religion or something, they put the conditioning in the name of dharma and put into that. If you do it, it will be good for you. You will go to it. You will be rewarded. But if you don't do it, you will be punished, and that is God will be angry and they will punish you. This is far from the truth. But when it happens, of course it is. So each child is born, as you mentioned, but let me give you a little bit of spiritual perspective on that. Child is born innocent, true, but the child will be born with his or her own karma. Okay, their life starts as per their karma. So sometimes this kind of conditioning has been created based on their own karma. Because at the soul level, they have chosen their parents, they have chosen the family. And then soul level, everything knows. Everything is known. There is no such thing called don't know. Or it's a child. It's child in this life. But there are many lifetimes, right? And soul knows everything. So when one takes birth, even as a child, they bring with their own karma, with their own choice. So that is not that they don't know. Even what are the kind of conditioning they are going to have, they also know that. Soul level I'm talking. But they are going through to sometimes overcome those challenges. Like that is a task. They take it as a task, like in the school it is given the mathematical problem to solve and things like that. So they take it like that. If I go to that class, I have to get this, solve that mathematical problems. That they don't take it as a problem. They take it as a assignment to click. So that is a spiritual understanding of this child business. Okay, but these are called, in the spiritual term, these are called conditioning. And conditioning happens based on the understanding and awareness of the parents. And most of the time in our society, what happens, some of the things they learn from their parents and from their parents and all this kind of thing. It came from the generation. Nobody knows why. They just impose it onto their children. And that's how it goes on and on and on. Okay. So that is what about the childhood.
Can I do the sixth and seventh questions first, because I think it's related to...
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the fifth one, I'll just come back. Sixth one.
Okay.
Does this fear-led upbringing lead to a more problems in later life, behavior problems as adults?
It depends. Okay, depends on two things. One is which degree it has been enforced, how it is enforced, like enforcement part of it, and the capacity part of it. How much the child can take. I share a very common story about one child get disoriented and the mentally he cannot take any decisions and things like that. And it has been found out that the child has suffered they've seen some violence in their house. His father was a drunkard and used to beat up their children, and he was the fifth one, the youngest one, and he got affected, where the eldest son not get affected. So that is a capacity. That is how you take it. No matter what actually happened. So there are two things: how it is enforced and how much your capacity to absorb. Based on that, their future depends. That story tells that who so-called suffered most, the eldest child, is not affected. So that means that person has a higher capacity, even as a child, who didn't face any physical violence, but just saw it, they got mostly affected. And the first child who faced it, he doesn't even remember. So these are all parameters are there. So there is no, same rule for everywhere. So it depends. That's what I mentioned. It depends upon the capacity and also the way it is enforced. Based on that depends whether child use it as a stepping stone and learn and strengthen himself or herself, or when that pressure will crumble their own, strength of their character, and they fall the victim of that kind of thing. Both way can happen. Okay, next.
Yeah. So that means like teaching about sins or punishment also may have different effect on different people.
Yes, different effect on different people. But let me also tell you, logical human being, which most people are, logical human being, they work with a carrot and stick. Okay, that is true. Masses, spirituality comes much later. Understanding and awareness comes much later. Initially, they are governed by the carrot and stick. So when in the normal household, when the child is born, those carrot and stick has been given to them. If you do this, you will be rewarded. If you don't, but if you do is the other things what we don't like, you will be punished. So that's why the punishment and reward are there everywhere, which is carrot and stick principle. But only thing is that there is no right and wrong. Why it is like that? It is like that because that's how to get the result, you have to do it. You have to put something to get the result. Samadhanam, dandam, vedam. Like whatever way it is, we have to get the results. So it gives you the results by carrot and stick principle, which applied everywhere, all cultures in different forms. Yeah? But the thing is, this principle has a limitation. Okay, the carrot and stick principle has a limitation. It cannot, you can control people, you can get the result, but at a certain level, not beyond that. It is not up to the ultimate thing. Like, so if it is only stick, Then after a certain time, people will rebel. From where the rebel comes, if the stick applies all the time, they become rebellious, means they have a limit. And beyond that, it will not work. Same with the carrot. When you giving the carrot, then something come in the human being called greed. Okay, there is no limit to greed. They need a bigger carrot, more carrot and all. There is one point of time will come, you cannot give any further carrot. Okay, that also it is not possible to get the things done. What earlier worked, now it didn't, because the greed has come. Okay, that's what I meant by there is a certain limit. Beyond that, carrot and stick principle will not come. At basic level, yes, it works. And also for a certain time, but nobody knows the limit. So that's why it is some point of time will come, then that tool become useless. Yeah. Because why useless? Now spiritual understanding is these tools are without tools. Without tools means given from outside. If the tool is within, then that persists. If you change something within somebody, that persists. But external thing, whether it's a law and rules and things, stick and carrot, it will not work because it is imposed. Okay, it will not come from within. So to go after a certain level, you need tools which is coming from within. Then it will be permanent, it will work. And that comes with its own power and all thing like that. So that is the level it is. All right. So I think that is your question. So go ahead. Yeah.
So the stick approach also will not always lead to character building. It may be counterproductive after some time.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It has got its own limitation, but initially it works to a limited extent. Yes.
And now the eighth question, that psychologists say that some people are biologically prone to, or rather born with certain chemicals in them which make them, more prone to crime or sinning. Is it true? And if it's true, is there a way to beat that biological thing that is there?
There is no formula. Okay. They come with the characteristics, come with their own karma and own past life karmas and all those kind of things. There is a term, I think pravritti or something of that nature, means everybody has their own pravritti, means the tendency. Okay. That is come from the past lives and their karma and all those things. And that is the reason, because I argue this, why it is not dependent on so-called the external factors or family or parvarish. Because same family, there may be many children, maybe 5, one of them become the famous criminal, another one become judge. Okay, how this is possible? Because their upbringing is same. Put all the logic, stick, carrot, or whatever the logics are, they are all same. Same family, same economic background, same education, everything. So why one become criminal, another become judge? Okay, so there is something which is depends person to person. It is not really can be put it from that. Influencing factor, yes. But there is some kind of thing called pravritti, which is coming from inside that differs. And because sometimes without even any logic, criminal can come from certain background, there is no reason to be criminal. Like there are a lot of common understanding. Yeah. Like if somebody is undergoing suffering and they see that they are undergoing mistreatment or unfairness in the society, they become, revolt, become criminal. But some of them, there is no such thing that they become criminal. Okay, from where they get it? There is no other reason. They have enough money, they are all fine, but still they become criminal. Because that is the kind of thing they like. They get a kick out of it. Somebody else is suffering, they get a kick out of it. Just opposite of normal what it should be. So they become that. So that is also there. So it is not depend upon only the upbringing and thing like that. What pravritti you have, what are the tendencies you have. So that also comes into the play. And particularly if you have something, karma is involved, past life, which most cases are. then you will have to face that consequences in this life, no matter how your upbringing and things like that. It will, when the time comes, it will have its own play. So that's how it works. Okay.
Okay, yes. So, are there any positive ways of dealing with this wrongdoing? Instead of talking to them about sinning or only the negative, will positive reinforcement help children who are born with such a tendency?
Each thing has their own levels, and each level has their own solutions. Okay. So there is something called training, sometimes only advice is good enough if it is followed. Okay. Sometimes maybe certain time it is followed, sometimes not. Then you got some imposition of rules, regulation, the carrot and stick principle sometimes work. Some of them, they go beyond that, they cannot work and things like that. Then the solution wise, if somebody is facing some issue and somebody gives the solution, it can be any help. The help can be just the knowledge, help can be monetary, help can be physical. If a load is too heavy to lift, you give help to that can be lifted and things like that. So it comes like that. Then it goes into more and more in the subtler level. Then it needs some kind of professional approach, like a psychiatric or medical treatment is needed to come out of that thing. So those are signs, those are developed. Beyond that also there is something of if it is going to the little higher level, then maybe you need higher forces than what is available on earth. So that is the time you need a healing, not curing. Okay. Then those who can channel the healing energy, then the healing works, and that is also there. But ultimately, there are some issues. No external thing can help, even healing. What is need to be done? Then the person concerned need to walk the path towards the purity. And it is basically free will coming into the play. If they choose to walk the path, then solution can be found. But once you go to that level, it is spiritual level, of course. That is not available like that. And the issue is there is no theory there. Okay, there is no this has this solution. Why it is not there is no fixed solution to that? Because just to give you the understanding, spirituality doesn't solve the issue, because we are programmed to solving the issue. What spirituality does, it uproots it from the source. Gone. Okay. Then you don't experience that. Finish. So it is misunderstanding to say that it is solved. It is not solved. It is not cured, neither healed. It is removed from your system. Okay. And to go to that, nobody else can do it on your behalf, like eating food. You have some hunger, you have to eat the food and digest it. Only then you will get the benefit. Otherwise, not. Same here. Certain level of thing only possible if you have a spiritual transformation. Then things will be solved on its own. In fact, there will be no solution. They will completely uprooted from the system. It will not bother anymore. It will not come. It is irreversible process. It is called that like a fruit has been ripe and fall down from the tree. It is irreversible process, and that's done. The job is done. Finish. Okay, so that is about understanding of that. Okay.
Should I tell the next question or not?
I think the time is almost up. Okay, so let me save the list of attendees, and then maybe we will go to the next half.
Yeah.
For the rest of the questions. So hold on. All right, my loved ones. We'll see you in the next stuff. I'll post another link just after this session, and then we'll continue for the next time. Okay. Om Mangalam. All right, I think let us start our second part of the session. Welcome back, everybody. Shoma, go ahead.
Yeah, I will do the 10th question and I'll go back to the 5th one later.
Okay.
Is the value system of our society collapsing in spite of there is so much of, information and concept of hell and heaven and so much of parental upbringing? Is it is it doing anything good or is it just leading to more collapsing of the society?
Right. So I'll answer this in the two ways. One is the traditional way, and then the spiritual one, because it is important to understand the spiritual things. Yeah? Uh, so in the traditional way, so which is called, we are in Kali Yuga, means like three times is the darkness, one time lighter. Adharma is three-fourth and one-fourth is this thing, or something like that. So there will be, in that sense, the values has been sorry, the values has been deteriorated. That is no doubt about it. We have seen in our lifetimes the values has been going. There is some negative trend is there in the society, the social norms, and that is why it is what a normal human tendency. Like we have given the four principles in WeAreOne group, how to operate in this. So first is the protect physically. Okay, so now there is more need to protect whatever you have. There's a quality of you, whether physical health or your financial thing. There is a more possibility than it can be stolen. It can be, there will be some kind of harm. That is come even there is no other reason to do it. Like somebody can appear on a phone call or send you some message, and whole purpose is just to cheat you. Yeah. So maybe to empty your bank account and all that. So those things are there everywhere. So if you take that into account, then it is so-called the negative thing, the social thing have increased, and only the mode has changed, because those are heavily dependent of the people who are behind them. Yeah, sometimes they used to rob the house, and now they don't need to do that because they can do it electronically and things like that. So the technology has been different, but the aim is same, to harm you, to take away whatever you have. Yeah. And this also reflected into that our society become more complicated and more parameters are involved. So it is not only your physical house, you have a big lock, you have to take care you are not going to the unknown territory of some website, and a lot of things, or your Facebook group, friend circle, and to whom you accept, and a lot of things, it become complicated. Yeah, but basic thing is the human nature is behind that. And so in that way, overall, the tendency has gone towards the negative. It has not gone towards positive directions. It is not, more good people on planet Earth right now rather than there may be 500 years back. It is not the case. So numbers have increased, so as the percentages. And so that is fact. So from that point of view, if you think that our society is deteriorating, the answer is yes. Deterioration means is comparison to something, like comparison to 10 years back or 50 years back in our lifetime. If you see that, but we heard about our forefathers and all the family, the norms and all has been so deteriorated in from that sense. We have to be more careful, more protective, and we have to use more method of the protection and the security and things like that. Earlier it may not be that thing, or the level of harm it can cause. Earlier level may be less, but now it has got a level. A small event can impact the whole life. We can lose everything, but we have in a fraction of a second. As I said, that it is hacking your devices and take away all the savings in a moment. That is all possible because of the technology. So it has got a flip side. Technology has make our life easier, as well as so those kind of things that also came. Same with the war. Earlier the battle used to happen, like a sword or thing like that, but now there is a nuclear bomb. It's just a matter of pressing a button, and the millions of people can go in just one shot like that. So in that case, it is deteriorated. But let me give you the spiritual understanding of that part. That part I just the traditional. So I said yes, but spiritual understanding is this kind of so-called adversities. Yeah, more or less, this is a relative term. This is a duality, like, dislike, good, bad. These are duality. So in spiritual terms, just mode changes. It is neither good nor bad. Okay. So these were always there in the different ways, different types. So maybe earlier we got a threat. I'm saying take it for our lifetimes. Maybe 50 years back, we are got more threatened by our relatives who are harmful. Now we don't care about the relatives. We keep in touch. So we get some unknown people, but we don't know. Somebody maybe sitting in some other country, like a maybe like Ethiopia is attempting to hack my computer. We don't know. We never saw that. So threat is different. Yeah, it's not from our close so-called relatives and things like that. We don't have any harm. No, neither pose any risk now. But those are the risks. But some form of risk was always there. Yeah, that's what I mean. So what is that? These things are given, like temptations are more. So now it has got our society get into some instant gratification stuff. Like it started from 2 minutes noodles to this and that, and you just apply and some things will be delivered to whatever you like. The latest iPhone delivered to your house within overnight and things like that. So those are also, if you say the progress, yes, that also happened as a progress in that sense. Yeah. So, but pros and cons, what I'm saying is, if you see spiritually, those are always there. What actually we are experiencing here? We are the multidimensional being having human experience on planet Earth. What it does is, if you say society deteriorated, more crime, more this, more, yes. But if you see the spiritual point of view, you have got more temptation, more this, more that. That means your progress is that much faster. If you can reach to your own core, your own truth, then this is possible much faster, because external factors are so much the height, so that temptations are more, like watching, say you wanted to watch a particular movie, it is on your fingertips, all available in some YouTube or something. I'm talking not the latest movies, on something. You want to listen to any song, it is available. All the form of entertainment, if you want to order any food anywhere in your city, it will be delivered to your home. Think like that. So if you can manage to, this lure of these kind of attractions, if you can progress, ultimately you find your way. Yeah, these are basically helping you to progress much faster. Because the adversities are so huge and the temptations are so thin, like instantaneous temptation. Okay, if you can overcome that, then you've got a mastery from within. You need not to, spend days and months and years to face that kind of thing. You can, in a fraction of a second, on your fingertips is so powerful. On your fingertips, you have any information you want available. We call it Google search, but whatever it is, it's available. Whatever you need to know, it's available. How you use it, it is your inner power, right? It can destroy you completely, the things you see, things you get, or things you download, or you can overcome the temptation and come out with a more power from within. So if you see that it is more deteriorated, answer may be yes. But if you see the spiritually, what happened is it creates a bigger opportunity. We have to just transition it from the problem to challenges more or less neutral position, then taking it as this adversity as an opportunity. It testing my resolve. Even if all those things are available, then I choose to walk the path towards the purity. That's why it is so rare. But once you get it, then we get all the power from within that nobody can text. Normally, I say to people that artificial intelligence is possible because intelligence can be copied, recreated, but consciousness you cannot. There cannot be artificial consciousness, not possible. Okay. You have to be conscious only through, because you have this human body and these things, even whatever tools you have, ultimately your mind, you have to stop it to go to that level. You have to learn how to stop it. That is about meditation and things like that. So if you say the society is deteriorated, answer is yes. If you see that, did we also human being going to the negative direction? Maybe not. We are getting more challenges that makes our progress, whatever any purpose of human life, can be achieved much, much faster. It's all there. Okay, whatever can happen, people used to go and maybe they are sadhana and by the years, very common 15 years, 20 years, sitting in some meditation, some cave in Himalayas. In few months, it is possible here in this society. Okay, so spiritually, it is all that, it is just mode has changed. It is all your own inner strength. It is just testing your inner strength to evolve, and now it is easier to evolve. Only thing, it is your free will. You have to choose to get evolved and things will fall in place. So in that case, so it is like, it is basically the blessings in disguise. Okay. See, take it other way, common sense wise. If everything is nice and fine, you will never try to do something new or achieve some greater height. If there is any challenge, you try to overcome the challenge. So that way, it will make you stronger. If in the battle, if you die, then it matter ends there. There is no question. But if you win the battle, means you can overcome all those things. It make you very strong. I normally give this COVID thing. Whether COVID is bad for the humanity, good for humanity, nobody knows. Whoever has come to the other side, maybe we realized even the whole world stops, still we can survive. And we can get it through direct experience. That is not a small thing. We keep on fearing about the pandemic and things like that. All over the world, people will get sick and all, you can become scared to hell. But when you pass through that, it made us stronger, right? We know that what to do in case this kind of thing happens. Much, much stronger. Then we don't actually care that we'll see whatever it comes. So in that case, the situation deteriorated, yes. But whoever has come to the other side, they become much, much more stronger, more aware. So in that case, spiritually, everything is for a reason and there is a purpose for it. Only we don't know the purpose. That's why we feel it is a punishment. We feel it is a negative. It may not be. Only thing we have to see from the other side and look into this, and whatever we call as a problem, that maybe the hidden strengths are there, those are the tests are there. When you pass through, the same negative thing will become our stepping stone for that purity. So again, spiritually speaking, all the masters who have been come, whoever like Ramakrishna Paramahansa Dev, Swami Vivekananda, or Ramana Maharshi, and all, whoever you know, Shirdi Sai Baba, they came from the same society, no? Same thing. How they can reach to that kind of purity? So it is possible. Means society will drag you down. They also face many things from the society, but at the same thing, they showed the path. It is possible to something happen, which is to reach to the ultimate truth. That is all possible from the same society. And that's why the path we have to, when we go into that path, then things reveals itself. That is what it is called Jal Kamalvat Jivan. Like you born in the mud, you are always your whole life is in the mud. But not even a drop of water can touch you. So we can complain about the mud, or we can be the lotus, choose to be the lotus. Then not even a drop of water can touch us. And that is the purity. All right. I think that answers your question in all the levels. Yeah.
So that means all is not lost. There is hope.
Nothing is lost. Okay. Nothing is lost. one thing I should tell, everything is changing. Everything is in a flow. So it is not possible something to stay, because everything is flowing. And the flowing makes it alive. Flowing makes it to reach to our goal. If it is a stagnant in all good things in the spiritual terms, a life with full of luxury, all food and no problem, no need to work, no need to take rest all the time, that is a lost life. It is wasted because you didn't learn anything. Okay, but whoever has come to the challenges, they overcome the challenges, learn the lessons, that lesson stays with them. That becomes their power. And those who have got everything, they become useless. Isn't it? So it is better to have those kind of life, whether we get it, find the way. Everybody has to find it out. And that is the challenge. Solutions are there, or paths are there. You have to knock the door to open it up. So first to reach to the door, and then when it is knocked, it will be open. Yes. No. Yeah. Next time.
So the last question is again a very spiritual question, which I have always felt there's a dilemma about it. So why is this that the ultimate intelligence or the universe or God need to be judgmental? Why is it that we are told that, all our actions records are kept? Mm-hmm. Isn't God all forgiving and all loving?
Oh my goodness! It is See, I recommend one book for you. It is Deepak Chopra book. It is called Future of God. Okay, just read it. So, but let me summarize it. It is called the God of our understanding, and that is the reason I never say the God. Okay, because God means different to different people. In the lowest level, God is angry, punishing in nature. It is like a bigger version of a king. And more you go towards the self-realization, the truth, then those comes at one level, then there is no such thing called God. God is punishing. Nothing like that. It's not true. God is full of love and compassionate, forgiving, so-called God. I'm talking about the energy. Yeah. And in the highest level, there are 7 levels have been explained into that book. Lowest is the angry God, punishing, angry. If you don't worship me, I will give you cars. I will give you this. I will give it. Those are the lowest level of understanding. They come a little bit going higher. Something comes that we are worshipping, and there is some, respectable relations. Then there is something is coming. The God is a fatherly figure, loving but authoritative, who can control my life. If my father said, "Don't go there," I have to follow because that is the family norm. Come to that level. Then there in a level comes, there you become like a friends. You can talk, you can take advice, like a friend, philosopher, and guide form. That is a friendly. Higher than that is a level called like a lovers. 2 different bodies but same entity, something of that nature. And that has been depicted in the Radha Krishna. Those are symbolic things. It is nothing to do with man-woman relationship. Okay, this is the highest level of devotion is possible. When you merge, the who has been God and the devotee merge together. Okay. What is the last level? Last level, the self-realization that you yourself is the expression of what you are, that God. That is called I am. Nothing else. I am who, what, doesn't matter. I am is good enough. That is called oneness. Okay, that is the highest level. That is a pure love. There is no such thing. You are that. That is self-realization. So forget about the God will punish and God. You are that. You are experiencing in a different forms and different places and by your soul consciousness. Your soul knows everything. We call it soul consciousness, and so-called God is called universal consciousness. It's a full of loving, caring, compassionate entity, which is your highest version actually. All of us are there. We have a 7-body system. Our 7th body is same for everybody. There is no difference. We are all one. But that is to be experientially understand that. We need to experience that. And in there, it is pure love. There is no such thing called punishment and thing, and it is not there. It is complete misunderstanding. Punishing God or that, what is called sin, and you will be thrown into hell and things like that. It is nothing. It is not a God's business. So-called God, the universal consciousness, it is neither punishing nor rewarding. It is we who create that idea that it may be punishing. It is not. It has nothing to do with it. It has got its only one. Universal consciousness has only one job, that is to create. It's keep on creating universe and all, very loving, all fine. In this kind of punishment and things, why? Because it is all in the incarnated level. All the karma, all this and punishment and retribution and whatever. It is all only on the incarnated version. Soul level, there is nothing. It's pure love, full of love. It is the representation of the universal consciousness, what we call God. Yeah? So in that level, there is no such thing. So in other words, whatever we are facing, it is some expression of our own soul. If we have to be answerable, we have to answerable to our own soul. There is nothing called God. Our soul is there. Interestingly, in the Hinduism, there is called the Pap Punya, that there is all record is there. And who maintains the record? When you after death, who maintains the record? You know the name? The person who takes account of everybody? Yama is the god of death, but who maintains the account of everybody as per Hinduism? Correct. Yes. The person name as per Hindu mythology, I'm telling. Yeah. I'm not telling true or false. I'm saying Chitragupta. What does that Chitragupta means? Chitra means picture. Gupt means hidden. You don't know who that person is. It is none other than your own soul consciousness. It doesn't come into because it is not a form. It is formless. Chitragupt. It is a formless entity who takes care of all the account, and that is exactly how our soul, it takes account of everything. We find it, we are hiding and all those things, nothing. All your karma, it goes into your soul consciousness. That takes all the account. The reward and punishment based on the law of karma are given by your own soul. You think I have cheated that person, I have just, cheated some money or some misbehaved with something and, all these things. Maybe whatever that person does, it is maybe you thought, that person doesn't have any power to, to take the revenge or whatever, you think. You can do it, but you cannot get out of your own soul. It is your soul who makes it that you pay back, not the other person. Why? Because again, you have to go to the energy neutral position. Soul cannot stay there with an energy imbalance. What we explained about the law of karma as well. Same with the soul. When the soul enact, that is what we call karma, because it needs to be balanced. And exactly that is the thing called divine justice. Divine justice doesn't come from the God. It comes from our own soul. I can hide from everybody around the world. I call it self-conning. I can convince myself, basically ego. Ego can convince that whatever I have done at that situation, I have no other choice than to do it. I convince myself to do maybe some harmful thing to others. My teaching is no harm to anyone or anything. That is a wise position. But some people still they do it, but they convince that whatever they have done, that is the right thing to do. At that moment, the situation, external event to, self-defense or whatever, name it, call it, they do something harm, their soul knows it. You cannot harm to that soul. You can hide it from maybe other people maximum. Yeah, if you do something, some crime inside a dark room, you thought nobody has seen, but your soul is there. Okay. Everything is accounted. Every fraction of the second is accounted for. And it will come. Because of your own soul will establish that is called divine justice. Divine justice is nothing but the neutrality of the energy. That will happen. So that is why it is not God. If you really like to identify who is giving you reward and punishment, it is your own soul. And that account maintained by your own soul, and that is why Chitragupta is no one than your own soul. Yeah? And that is the right understanding in the spiritual dimension. It is nothing to do with others. It never was about others. Other came with some certain purpose, either to give you the challenge and lesson, or to help you to grow. That's all. They will do their role and go, because they are answerable to their own soul. Okay, so this is what it is. So what is spirituality? I teach the first thing, how to establish communication with your own soul, how to find out your soul first, then establish communication, and then third is run your life in the direct guidance of your own soul consciousness. Why? Because your soul knows everything. Your soul is pure. If you follow soul's guidance moment by moment away from your own ego, your life will be perfect, and that is holistic living is altogether. There is no such thing called punishment and the reward, because you are always, all the time, you are aligned with the divine principle, because the soul is pure. And that is where all the time your life will be governed by the universal laws, because your soul knows everything. It will not guide you unless until you allow it to guide you. It will guide you, and that's your life will be transformed into living heaven. The topic today is a sin and hell. We discussed enough. How to be divine and be in heaven. Just follow your soul's guidance. That's it. As simple as that. And that is the spirituality is all about. Not to gather knowledge or something. Just get connection. 3 things. First, learn how to... you don't know. You need a guru to understand that. Like how to Google search, you need login and password, no? That internet connection that you need. Okay. That much only can be told. Then establish communication. 2-way. And third is then allow that communication to run your life. That's it. That is the highest level possible goal achieved in the human life. So that is what we are all going towards that. All right. Okay.
So if I believe like that every challenge is there, whatever in the form of whatever it's coming, is coming to teach me something. Yeah. Or when somebody comes to really who makes my life easier, has come to help me, actually all those biases will also go from the mind. I mean, unhappiness also, maybe.
It is not that straightforward. Sometimes something comes, you ask your soul, that is the right answer. If some challenge comes, Amar Jyotiji says that, no one is given some challenge, but power is not given to solve. So definitely have the power. The challenge has come to find out the power within you. Who else will know better than your own soul? So where to get it? It will come. So utilize that. Answer is all same. Get the connection, run it. And you try different method, keep on trying, maybe 5, 10, 20, 30 years, it will still and coming to the same circle. And most of our, humanity is like that. They're coming back to the circles. Then they realize I lost so many of my years of my life and what I have done. Because only thing, what wrong they have done, no wrong has been done. Only you didn't find the guide, your own inner guru. That's it. The moment you find, you are there. We don't need anything else, anyone else. That is the thing. Once it is done, job is done. No matter what happens in your external life, your connected matter ends there. Okay, you enlightened, you got it. In this lifetime, that is the only thing possible. It is like that. Okay.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you.
Okay, God bless you. And one thing is soul consciousness, it is in the unity consciousness. It is not in duality. So that's why there is no right, wrong, good, bad, like, dislike, not there. Everything is an experience. And through experience, we grow in the experience and awareness. That's it. Go towards the light of awareness. All right. Okay. So that's all questions you have? Yeah. Okay. Very good. So now it is open to others. If you have any question, then you can raise your hand. Okay. Indranilla.
Yeah, good evening. I have two questions.
Mhm.
What is the significance of this number 7? We know of the 7 chakras.
Mm.
Today we spoke about the 7 realms. We also spoke about the 7 levels of God.
Yeah.
Correct. So what is the significance of this?
Now, honestly, that is just the way we experienced it, the different levels. Okay. There are 7 levels of experiencing things.
Mhm.
So, and that is where the 7 colors of a rainbow and all this kind of stuff. So that is the thing. And even chakras within body 7. There are many other chakras outside body. Okay, so those are all 7. So from that way, it is that is the significance. We have the 7 body system also, starting from the physical body, then the energy body, and things like that. So, and the nirvanic body is the last one, 7th one. So in that case, they are not directly, representing in each other, but in that level, the 7 levels are linked, and that has been seen everywhere. 4th one being at the center, and it's called lower 3 and the higher 3. Okay.
Correct.
You can say the neutrality, then negative, and then positive. Yeah. So that is the kind of thing. So 7, why exactly 7? It is not clear. Yeah.
Okay.
It could have been 9. Yeah. So all those things, but 7 is normally that levels are normally in the 7 in this, and there is no strict rule for that. Okay.
Okay. So that's question 1. Question 2 is a very, very basic question. I don't even know whether I should ask it, but look, the word spiritualism, okay, now everything has a meaning, right? Like intellectualism is derived from intellect. Obviously, spiritualism is not derived from spirit. So why spiritualism? What is it?
Not there was spirit.
Is spiritualism is derived from spirits? Or
Yes,
no?
it is. It is called spirit world. That is the soul dimension.
Okay.
Spirit. Yeah.
Okay, because my understanding of spirits is something totally different.
Yeah, that is alcohol. But the thing is, that is a different thing.
Okay.
Just to, it is a little funny. I was searching for the dictionary meaning of sin. Yeah. There are different type of meaning. Interestingly, they are saying it is a mathematical sign, which is true. We call it sine theta, cos theta. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it is possible that same word has a different meaning and used in a different places. Yeah. So
right.
Yeah. So in spirit is that kind of word, but spirit in this it is called the soul level. That is the spirit world. Yeah? So that has been widely used. We don't use it, in India and all this in much. So we have many other terminologies, but in the Western world, spirit world is very common. So it means is that. So one is about that. One is alcohol. Another is the spirit, like enthusiasm. Okay. And this one is spirit, means the soul level. So all are same word, but different meanings. Yes.
Because normally people refer to spirits as unearthly creatures kind of thing.
Yeah, right? That is the soul level. Yeah.
Soul level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spirit world means, soul level. Spirituality is how to connect that. That is spirituality. connection with the spirit world, which is unseen world, that is the spirit world. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you. Okay, Monali.
Yes, Guruji, thank you very much for your blessings and healing. Guruji, I just wanted to ask you one thing. During that event which I informed to you, at that time, the very first thought came in my mind that Babaji is there and Babaji is taking care of everything. And I took the proper action whichever was needed. But just after 2 days, I was having doubts in my mind. It could have been worse or something like that. I mean, my faith didn't falter, but I had this. Then I thought that maybe my vibration became low or something like that. I don't know why at that moment I was very faithful and all that. And then just after 2 days, I was having different thoughts. Why it is so? I mean, it puzzles me.
What my advice is, this connection is also sometimes it becomes stronger and sometimes weaker. There is a pulsating thing is there. So don't bother too much. You need to surrender it, and that surrender should not change.
Yes.
Means in your case, it is to go to a particular event or something. You say that I leave it to Babaji. If I have to go, I will go. If Babaji says no, I will say no. That's it. Okay. Don't think about it too much. There is no need. No, that is not thing. You do your side, what is best, and from your side you don't cancel, no matter what. Only you have to take care of that, because what happens is our mind, ego mind comes and give us different logic. Ego controls us 3 ways. Either it creates some doubt or some form of install some fear, or logically convince us it is not worth it. Okay. You have to be careful about these 3. That's all. Rest of the thing will automatically happen. So there is nothing wrong in you experiencing that. At the same time, be careful not to fall into any kind of ego trap. So best way is surrender. There is no such thing. This is, extremely bad, extremely good. Nothing. All are fine. But only thing is surrender that. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Surrender. It's okay. If it happens, it's fine. If it doesn't happen, that is also okay. That's no such thing. Don't take too much of pressure in that sense. Leave it to Babaji. It will be taken care of.
And another thing, Guruji, I wanted to, like this book now, Laws of the Spirit World, there is another book, Sound of Silence, where the one boy fell from the horse and died due to the accident. And there he told his mother that in spirit world, the masters come and help this soul, our soul to overcome these things, and angels and all comes. And that book is also very Meher Baba. The master name was Meher Baba. That book is also very beautiful.
Right. Yeah. No, there are many things. I just put one thing. There are many the knowledge available for that. But the things are, these are all your individual experiences. Even from the other side also, there are individual experiences. So these are all, we have to take it that way. Means it is not that beyond that nothing else is there. It is there, Yeah, but only thing is, it is interesting to read what are the experiences of the other things. Let me give you another idea. There are many videos are there into the YouTube where people are having ND, near-death experiences.
Yes.
They came back and shared their story.
Yes.
Yeah. They shared. Those are also very interesting. They also give a lot of, insights into the other side and what are the things, the angels and the birth angels and archangels, and a lot of are there. There are many things are there. Those are energies basically. So how they play and what they role.
Anita Murjani's book, it is like the afterlife world is much more beautiful than this life.
Yeah, true. Because you don't have any physical pain or the mental agony and things like that. That's why it is not, those things are not there. You are true to yourself and experience directly.
Full of love.
Yes, that is right. And that is what if you can realize that in your physical body, you attain enlightenment.
Yes.
Okay. But only thing is we have to, if we are under this, all these physical dimensions, then it's called Maya. We are under the Maya. That's why we have to suffer whatever things are. In the other side, there is no such thing. Okay. So all are the beautiful, pure, that's why the unconditional, those love and things, those can be experienced. Yes. Yeah.
But life is beautiful, Guruji, because of you. You are so blessed.
Who am I?
Feel very much blessed. I don't know, Guruji. You are everything to us.
It is all Babaji's grace, which is you are feeling it, you are receiving it, and you understand that there are many are even not that fortunate to experience that. It is like a sunlight. It is showering all the time. It's like air we breathe, but different people experience different way. So that is the divine grace.
I feel that I have you to share my whatever I am feeling. I can share you. That seems blessings to me. Life has become beautiful. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Bless. All right. Next is Vani, and then Dipannita will come to you. Vani, go ahead.
Guruji, sorry about this question. Is a little personal.
No problem.
Recently, I have been dealing with some people who doesn't seems to have any consciousness of their own and trying to trouble the others without realizing about bad consequences or good consequences, whatever, right? Yeah. So, the thing is, I've been experiencing more of those kind of situations. Is it something that I'm doing wrong or
No. Vani, it is, you are not wrong, but you see that it is not the same medicine for all the type of diseases, no? Mm-hmm. So your tools are different. Mm-hmm. Okay, that much I will tell you. But also, I think better you discuss with me offline.
Okay.
I will tell you exactly what needs to be done in your case, because I cannot give some solution which may not be applicable in your case. So that's why, as I said, the medicines are different. Medicines are there. That much I can tell you. Okay. Yeah, it is all power is there, but only thing which to apply. If you take a wrong medicine for another disease, then it will not solve. Yeah. Okay. So that I'm saying, just you contact me, outside this thing one-on-one, we can discuss, and then I can guide you exactly what you need to do in this case. So, and that will be, there is no issues with there. As I mentioned in the beginning, in the first part sometime, that spirituality doesn't solve the problem. It uproots it from the source. I will show you how to uproot it wherever is the source. Sometimes source are within you. Okay. So if it is removed, then things will go. Your suffering, pain, and everything will go. Okay. So that part I need to understand. And if it is external, then I will teach you how to protect yourself. Okay, you cannot, because people are having free will. You cannot control others. You cannot expect to hear something, behave something from anybody else. It is none of your business. Their soul will take care of it. Okay. Yeah. But in each area we have to apply, in this, and which dose, that need to be understood. In my life also, I'm just sharing, my life also, I face different kinds of people. Different intentions, different kinds of masks they are wearing. They're thinking nobody knows. But at least, it is known. Yeah. Even in my case, I have gone to that extent, even without knowing. I was just passing on the Babaji's energy and the positivity, the healing and things like that. Yeah. Still, people cheated me. Okay. And in this, what happens is, then I was telling earlier also, Samadhanam Dannam Vedam, to bring that kind of power. Okay, to make things what it should be. Some cases you have to apply the power for the divine justice. That Gita thing is saying, the Vinashaya cha Duskritam, something like that. whoever good people, persons, to protect them and they remove the bad ones. Like what's called weed in the garden. No? You have to remove them.
Yeah.
So the source has all the power, both.
Yeah.
But where to apply that power, that is the wise thing. So whoever has got the blessings of the spiritual power, they don't misutilize it. But it doesn't mean that they are weak.
Yeah.
Because just one intention. No? And that's why also they don't get angry. They don't get emotional. Because if they get angry, they can harm it then and there. And that will be totally flat. Means it is very easy to make somebody flat on the bed for years. Just need one small thing and that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the power comes with a responsibility. So that's why it is to be used where it is needed. Anyway, so those kind of things we'll discuss based on your case, because case to case it depends. Not same thing for all the. There is no same medicine for all types of diseases. No,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying, diseases are there. There are people they do harm to many the higher souls even, but the repercussions also come to that level. But the only thing is a matter of the will to get it done, and it will be. There is no such thing. And on top of it, the other side, their soul is also there. It is very common, I should say, that many times we communicated to the other soul, the person they don't know. Okay. And just I'm sharing, most of the time the soul says, I will take care of it, leave it to me. I know. Soul level, everything is known. It will happen. So that is a part of the divine justice what I'm talking. It is not that somebody will keep on doing something wrong and get away with it. Maybe in the world level, yes. But whether it will be particularly who has come, just giving you one, but another, small information, whoever has come under fold of Babaji, it's not possible to get away with some harm to cause to them. Not possible. Babaji is moksha guru of all humanity.
Yes.
From where it will go?
I know.
If he says, I will take care of it, it is good enough. Like this will definitely happen. Anyway, you're saying something.
I was just saying that recently I feel like whatever you explained about Kali Yuga, I seems to have experienced it. So it seems like, we are in Kali Yuga.
Yes, but I also said this is the most opportune time to grow.
Yes.
Right? So don't live the Kali Yuga only.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much,
All right.
Guruji.
Okay. Yeah. God bless. Yeah. Okay, Dipanita, go ahead with your question.
Pranam Rajdivanka. My question is about experiencing emotions. So in the physical world, I find myself sometimes feeling overwhelming amount of happiness and even sometimes sadness, and I find myself getting very emotional. But my understanding is that this kind of emotion comes from the ego mind, and just there's this duality about it. It's a happy feeling or a sad feeling, or some emotion is causing tears and just crying. So, but I just want to know whether that is that something that is causing a hindrance to my spiritual journey, or how can I get out of that duality and experiencing emotions that cause this kind of
Very good question. See, let us little bit understand what emotion is. Okay, emotion is energy in motion. Something is flowing, and that's what that triggering. That good bad is our leveling. Tear means bad, not necessarily. Okay, laughing is always good, may not be. Okay, But anyway, not to go into the complicated scenario. So emotion is a normal expression of human being. There is nothing wrong in being emotional. Okay. Question is how much it controls me. That is the issue, not the emotion itself. Okay. All the time I should be happy. If you take it from the externally, it is a burden. But it happens automatically, come from within, that is a blessing. Crying, even you can cry all the time, still it can be a blessing. Okay. Whenever I speak about at the time of Guru Kripa happened, Babaji's blessings came, when all my karmas are removed like a one shot, fraction of a second gone. Okay. Still, when I mention that, I start crying. How much compassion, how much grace can happen in this physical body where all your karma, all your trouble, all your this can go like a fraction of a second. Such a divine blessing. And that brings me tears when every time I mention that or even, refer to that. Okay. So that means it is an emotion, but it is a reflection of very high level of emotion. Okay, so tears and laughing or feeling happy these are relative terms. But where emotion is bad, no, it is normal. Which is bad is going it out of control. Now let me tell you which makes it out of control. Okay, makes it out of control is your intention. Okay, if something automatically happens, then it is not at all bad. But if you create it to manipulate others, means your intention is how I can manipulate the other person. And then you are crying. What is your intention to manipulate somebody else? You want something, you have some expectation, you want it in your favor, that's why you are crying. So you are manipulating. So if your intention is manipulation, then no matter whether you gain or lose, you will always go down. That is not spiritual. What is your original question was? So is this being emotional is dropping from? No, your intention matters. If it is coming from your true emotion, you are expressing yourself, that is divine. Anything is natural, is divine. But anything under the influence of your ego, some laughing can be criminal. There are people who murder others and laugh. They get a fun out of it by killing someone. How can that it be, good? It is a laughing. It is not a laughing matter. Okay. Same thing crying. Sometimes we can cry with the highest level of joy. But your intention matters. Okay. So how we can, this is a fallacy. How do I know that what is my intention? Be your normal self. Let it happen, whatever. Some energy has to flow. That is your emotion. Let it flow. We have something called emotional body, the third body. It has got its own play. Yes, if you wanted to go to the highest level of spiritual attainment, you need to quieten your emotional body as well. That is sadhana. That is a practice you can learn. How to quieten it, not to hide from it. Being fully aware, you are witnessing. Like some anger is coming within you. You are aware that anger is coming. That is called your higher level. That is how we quieten them. They don't stop happening. Only the reactions are not there. That's all. Because you are aware, yeah, this is my anger. This is I'm unhappy. Yeah, this is I'm feeling, I'm enjoying. Nothing wrong in that. What's wrong in enjoying? But you are not giving reaction or things like that externally. Yeah, that's it. Externally, whatever to present, you present. Things like that. Okay. All right. Okay. God bless you. All right. We don't have any time left, so we'll conclude our today's session. We'll have some Shantipat prayer, then we'll conclude our today's session. Okay. Oh.